All right, what's up, everybody? NQ chopping hard today, huh? How's everyone doing? Let's say hello to everybody. Jesse James in the house, Master Trader, Flowing Cotton, Jose Magallanes, Happy Kids. Let's go. All right, I've been scalping some Goldilocks paying the bills lately. Let's take a look at gold. I've been fooling around with gold now. PR77, Nick Patel, Spaces 1111. All right, I've been watching gold. See if gold gives us another pullback entry here. Scalping it. Scalping it. It's been going back and forth on this range here. Which way will it end up going? Uptown or downtown? All right, let's see if we can get a stronger pullback on gold here. We got the pivot point down here at 940. I'd love to see if we can capture something down there. NQ, what do we got? NQ also close to a pivot point. Not really. So it's been chopping. NQ is looking like scalps. Get in, get out. See profit, take profit, or stay out. One of the two. All right, guys. How's everybody doing? I did not trade FOMC today. I had some nice green from last night. I didn't trade at all until the after hours. And back at it now. How'd you guys do? How'd everybody do with... I was looking at the price action. I'm assuming some blown accounts with some of that craziness today. Kushal, what's up? All right, so NQ, I guess it's going after that FOMC high print of 379. I guess we're going to retest that tonight. You got a pivot point up here as well. So potential NQ going up and testing those levels. What's Goldilocks doing? Goldilocks is just hanging out here. Goldilocks looks like it wants to take a further pullback on this, so I'm going to wait a little bit on Goldilocks. Sunil, your trade did good. I had to close it when I closed the stream, but I'm pretty sure we walked out with some nice green. Yes, Sunil, I had to close it. But if I remember correctly, it was in some green last night. Unfortunately, Tradeify doesn't have the best ATM strategies, so I did let that one go. Goldilocks playing in a 7-point range here. Kushal, what did I say? ATM orders. Sorry, bracket orders. Yeah, Kushal, with the house account, and let's take a look at the house account. With the house account, I do have to close the trade when I end the stream. Unless I set the bracket order from the beginning, which makes it complicated with Tradeivate. Um, it won't respect stops and loss. In other words, if it stops you out, it'll keep the target as a limit order and vice versa. So I learned that the hard way a couple weeks ago when one of the accounts was blown the next day. So for now, we're going to just close the position once the stream ends. All right. All right, let's take a look at Goldilocks. I'm trying to see what Goldilocks wants to do. It's in a 7-point range here. If it's going to flush, I probably won't get interested until down here somewhere. If we do come down, potential pivot point rejection if they go up, but it's right in the middle right now. I can't fiddle in the middle with gold. So let's take a look at NQ. Kushal, on Tradeivate, yeah, I think if you set the bracket from the beginning, in other words, what screen are you guys looking at? If I come in here and set the bracket order with the ATM strategy, I'm sure it works. But the way I've been doing it, entering and then setting a stop and a TP, it doesn't cancel a TP or a stop if the other gets hit. PropWorks Trading, what's up? Okay, right here. Order flag settings, release, cancel, got it. So, day or GTC. Good till cancel though. But I think the flag is either at the end of the day or until it's canceled. Time options on, cancel. So you'd still have to manual. Underlot, what's up? Thumper. What's going on? All right, guys. So NQ has been chopping. What is, let's see. Let's take a look at where NQ's at. NQ keeps pushing, huh? FOMC didn't do anything to NQ today. And I guess we're going to hit this FOMC high. I don't even know what to think with NQ lately, the way it's been moving. All right, but moving on to house account. House account is available for trades. It's up about $1,500. ATM. Yeah, I think if you set the TP here and the stop here, I think it works. Maybe we'll try. Maybe we'll try ATM on the next order from here. But the problem is if I enter on a market order, I guess I would still have to set the bracket here. It just gets it complicated, that's all. Yeah, NQ is, I'm leaving NQ alone for now. I think I'm going to watch Goldilocks, what Goldilocks wants to do. Goldilocks has been chopping as well. Let's take a look at Goldilocks. Goldilocks is stuck in this little range. Goldilocks is at VWAP right now. They haven't been able to flush VWAP, but this is now what, the fifth attempt? So I don't know if I want a long VWAP now after so many wicks on it. Looks like they are trying to flush below VWAP now. Pivot points at 940. Today's low was around 927. So maybe we'll wait for that area down there. But VWAP is held for most of the overnight session. I'm just not going to try it on the 5th or 6th touch on VWAP. So it looks like they want to flush VWAP now on gold. Thumper, how to trade the chop, go down to a 1 second time frame. All right, here we go on gold. Coming down hard. Coming down hard. Maybe I'm going to switch to some micros on. Actually, let me leave this on. All right, Goldilocks coming down hard. Let's see how far they'll go. I'm going to try a long at this level on Goldilocks for a scalp with some micros. Starting with 3 with this level. If I see it flush below this wick, then game over. Let's see if they're really going to flush gold or keep this level. I'll watch it here. And let me switch to the 1 minute. Here we go. All right, let's see if gold continues to chop in this range. In other words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, they're going to flush it. But let's see if gold continues to play this range and comes right back up. Thumper up 22.64 since 6 p.m. open, and I'm long now. Are you long on NQ, Thumper? Got it. All right, let's take a look at NQ. What is NQ doing? So you're thinking NQ testing this, going above and beyond the FOMC high, huh? Well, I was short biased on NQ yesterday. I'm definitely not short biased today. We'll see. We'll see NQ. I think NQ planning to go to the moon tonight, as usual. All right, and let's continue to what's Goldilocks doing? Did it bounce at that area or no? Trying to bounce. All right, so came and touched this little low again and tested it. Little bounce for now, but let's see if they can push up. All right, and NQ. Thumper, three targets, 325, 388, and 376. So you're going to the moon tonight with NQ. All right, let's see if Goldilocks starts picking up some steam on this bounce. Investar 6751. How's it going, brother? All right, Goldilocks looks like it wants that pivot point. Looks like it's flushing hard. Investar is good, brother. Just starting off the night. All right, NQ coming down. Not NQ, Goldilocks. And Goldilocks continuing to come down. What you doing here? All right, NQ now. NQ's above that. Oh, it's going for the, what is it? 375 is that FOMC print. Yeah, if you guys caught that long on NQ, good for you guys. I'm going to wait for a pullback at this point. Goldilocks coming all the way down to that pivot point, huh? Joseph, do you know how to add more tabs on Quantower but multiple TF like trading view? Time frames. I just use different charts. In other words, I have different charts open. So, like for instance, I'll have this chart and I have different charts open depending on what I'm doing. All right, Goldilocks flushing that pivot point now. Let's take a look at gold. Just came to that pivot point and bounced. It's S1. See if they continue to bounce or they're going to flush that pivot point tonight. I forgot how to do it. It's just one screen. Oh, on top for, okay, you can bind the screens like somebody mentioned. You can create a bind for sure. All right, gold came to this pivot point and bouncing. NQ about to rock it. Oh, looks like I missed the NQ long. Oh yeah. Trump and China. Is Trump announcing stuff on China? Jesse James long targeting 379. All right, let's go. Thumper up 2,600 on his long with NQ. Nicely done. Master Trader, my trade was positive. Now it's negative 600. On what were you trading? Gold or NQ? Now the question is, will gold come back up for VWAP, or is 50s area pretty much all it's got for that bounce? You were short on gold? Let me take a look at gold real quick. Yeah, this is the question here on gold. Is the 20 SMA going to be the resistance to the upside? Or does it have enough juice on the bounce to come up to VWAP? VWAP is all the way up at 58. But if this is just a dead cat bounce, and that 90 MA becomes resistance to the upside, we'll see. It is a pivot point. They've bounced these pivot points pretty aggressively, but it's got to keep going. What times is your NQZ chart? 1 minute. I show the 1 minute, but I'm also taking a look at the 5 minute and the 15 minute on my other screens. But for the stream, I show the 1 minute. Keeps it a little more exciting. All right, with gold, I guess pivot point bounce right here at S1. Now the question is, do they have enough juice to bounce this all the way back up to VWAP at 60? Or was this the flush from VWAP and further downside? We'll see. And for you guys that are trading NQ going to the moon tonight, I'm staying out of NQ. Let's see, NQ. NQ just rocket ship. 380 incoming, that FOMC high. Pivot point all the way up at 411 for NQ. Thumper up $3,000. Look at you, brother. On NQ. Nice. All right, I'm watching gold. Goldilocks. I need Goldilocks to push all the way up to VWAP at least. Can you do that? Or is 50 going to be your resistance now? Take a look at Goldilocks. I might get interested in an NQ short here at the high, baiting that FOMC print. Matter of fact, I'm gonna watch this. I think I'm gonna start shorting 58. I think you still got juice to test that FOMC high, and I'll look to short NQ as well. All right, so pivot point is all the way at 411 if it's got the juice for it. 378 is the FOMC high on that print. Let's see how much juice NQ has. Jesse moving his target up to 420. Gold looking like it came to that 20 SMA at the 50 area, and that's resistance. I don't know if it's going to have juice to come back up to VWAP. Oh. NQ pushing. So what do you have? Do we have any news tonight? Is that what's going on with NQ? Everyone pretty much already reported earnings. NQ topping. Ugh, that's what I thought last night. I'm gonna wait a little bit on NQ. I think it's got more juice. As much as I want to short NQ, I think it's got more juice. Get a pivot point up at 410. Corey the Scalper, TP on NQ 405. Yeah, I think NQ's got more juice. Eddie's Auto Detail, what's up, Zach? Zach, NQ just refuses to come on down, man. Just refuses. Just not happening. I don't think nobody is understanding NQ and why it just keeps climbing. But don't short it just yet. All right, NQ, I'll wait for this pivot point. Let's see if we can get up to this pivot point and I'll consider a short. Play against the trend. But I'm not shorting it before that, and I'm definitely not hopping on a long down up here. Happy Kids, yeah, I'm still long on gold. I'm targeting VWAP, but gold is getting a little lazy on my entry here. My entry looks like it's becoming resistance, so I'm targeting VWAP with some micros, but looks like I got myself into a little predicament here, and my entry potentially becoming resistance now. So I'll monitor it for a little bit. Might have to clip right below this wick and then reconsider a long if they're going to flush this again. But we'll see. NQ watching pivot point. Zach, you're shorting NQ already? All right. Thumper shorting NQ already? All right. You guys getting in early. I'm gonna wait on NQ. I think it does have 79, that FOMC high print on its target. So let's see if we hit that area, and then I'll consider shorting up here and hopefully not get run up. All right, a couple of you guys are shorting NQ already. Eddie P shorting NQ at 354. Well, if it takes off to the downside, I'll let that one go. It's holding a 9 EMA. Let's see if that 9 EMA starts to fail. Pretty. I'm not necessarily in a trade right now on NQ. I'm flat. The problem, if I were to enter here, I'd have to have a wide stop. So maybe some NQ micros if I want to start shorting this. Burnistar telling us 26,440 is the measured move based on first leg. All right. I'll wait for this area and consider starting a short up here. So I'm waiting for that pivot point if we get up there. Berna, STR, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Nick Patel short on gold in between 55 and 60. 3 micro stop above 33.72. I think I'm playing the vice versa on that, but I'm not liking my long anymore. I think they were unable to get above the 20 SMA, so I might have to put a 10, 15 point stop on this. All right, what screen are we watching right now? Okay, we're still watching NQ. So NQ in a holding pattern. What you gonna do? Zach, you got a house account trade. All right, brother, let me know what you got. Let me know. I'll set it up. All right, NQ continuing to push on up. All right, Zach wants to short MNQ. All right, let me set it up for you. So you want to short MNQ at 399. 2 minis. Ooh, so NQ. $3.99 right here. So you want to short NQ at $3.99. There you go. And your stop's at 423. $423. All right. And gold sliding down, not coming back to my order, it seems. Nick, yeah. I'm watching gold. I don't think gold is gonna. I don't think gold has enough juice to get above the 20 SMA. So VWAP is all the way up at 57, but doesn't look like it's coming up just yet. Looks like it wants to retest that pivot point. Let's take a look at gold real quick. Gold, I think, coming back down to test that pivot point. Now, if they flush it, it's going to get ugly. But I don't think it was unable to get above the moving averages on this run. And VWAP is up here at 60. So let's see. Gold slowing down for sure. All right, let's go back to NQ now. All right, did gold just wake up? No. Gold trying to push out. Yeah, gold wicked. Ugly, ugly wick. It's trying to push out of that pivot point. So Goldilocks is trying to get out of that pivot point. But not effective just yet. See if they can push out. Here's Goldilocks. Wicked, but those moving averages are flattening out. If it can get above these moving averages, I would think VWAP, that 350, 360 area is next. 355, 360 area. But they got to push out. They did bounce right at the pivot point. Usually these reactions at pivot point are quicker. So it's a little slow. It's a little weak. Little weak. Master Trader 509. It is not too late for gold to push up. Yeah, it just needs to get above these moving averages. They started flattening out, which is good. Now gold just needs to push up. I'm targeting VWAP on my trade, but my entry is becoming resistance, and I'm not liking that. So if they're not able to push above this through 950 area on this move, not looking good. Gold needs to push above 950 and stay above 950. And then we may get the move. All right, pushing. It's pushing. Thumper 388 on NQ. Let's take a look at NQ again. Gold struggling here. Gold is struggling to stay above 950 now. 950 becoming resistance for Goldilocks. All right, let's go back to NQ. We'll come back to my Goldilocks. Master Trader, yeah, man, I'm with you. I'm long on gold as well, targeting 960. So we'll see. We'll see how we do. And NQ continues to push. Ugh, gold, brother. 950, man. I don't know. I don't know about 950. It's becoming resistance for Goldilocks. All right, there we go. Now they're pushing. Nope. Still no good for Goldilocks. Freddie, NQ might go up some points. Master Trader, yeah, the problem is 50. I agree with you that if we get to VWAP, there's a chance it'll continue on up. But the problem right now is that 50 area. Goldilocks can't stay above 50. DJNYC, only green counts for your green gains, right? So if you go negative and turn around and make it positive, would that count as part of your total gains for the day? So whatever you close the day, that would be positive, yeah. All right, I'm going to make a little adjustment to my gold trade here. Let's do 3 here at VWAP. And then I'll monitor if they're going to continue to push. But they still got to get above 9. They still got to stay above 50. 50 is becoming resistance. All right, so we got the 20 SMA and VWAP right at 57. I'm taking 3 off at 56.8. See if we can get that at least, and then I'll figure out if they're going to continue to push and monitor that. But Goldilocks looking weak. And let's take a look again at NQ. What's NQ doing? Goldilocks is not convincing me, but we'll see. NQ going nowhere. Freddie, if gold retests 946, I'll enter long. Well, it's testing it right now. It's struggling to stay above 50. If they flush below 46, 47 this time, I'm going to have to clip it. I don't trust it at this point. Master Trader, I need a small punch and I'm good. Gold, again, has to stay above 50. It's trying. It's trying. And NQ just hanging out here, as usual, at nights. Gold is not convincing me. That Goldilocks trade, no bueno. Let's take a look at Goldilocks again here. Struggling to stay above 50. Had a nice little push up to yesterday's close. Or the New York session closed today. And let's see if they can push up again. Zach, you want to, out of your short position, no logic in it? So you want me to close the house account trade? All right, gold. Wow, we need you to get up here. 39.46, 39.60. Yeah, I'm targeting 60 as well on my Goldilocks long. But it's weak. At this point, if we flush below this area, I'm going to have to clip it. I'm not even going to give it the full flush at this point. Struggling. Zach, meant your personal position. Got it. Old weak. Weak bounce. Gonna test my patience tonight. Freddie entered long on NQ. Let's take a look at NQ now. All right, NQ pushing. I'm waiting for this area before I entertain any shorts. Definitely not going to long up here, but it's definitely bullish. Ready, 390 scalp. Yeah, I think you guys are going to get 390 for sure. R1 is at 410. The FOMC print or the high of that print is 79. So I think it's definitely going to hit this high, the FOMC high. Jesse closing early, getting nervous. I don't blame you, man. All-time highs. No joke. Zach probably going to 420 just for the fun of it. Yeah, I'm looking at 411 at this pivot point. That's where I'll get interested in maybe shorting Q. And what is Goldilocks doing? Is Goldilocks ever going to get above 50? Struggling and struggling, isn't it? Yep. This is not convincing me here. Goldilocks struggling with 50. So we'll see how that one goes. Nick Patel, yeah, I agree. Goldilocks is struggling at 50. It had a little look above and fail already there. And looks like the 9 EMA is now again starting to curl to the downside. So there could be further downside to this. I agree. Thumper still short on NQ. Let's go back to NQ. Let's see what you guys are looking at on NQ. NQ. I'll get interested up here. Kelly Jones, what are the Asian session hours? It's a good question. So Globex Asia opens at, what is it? 6 p.m. Eastern. Gold still nothing above 950. Thumper. I mean, I think NQ still has juice for at least that 80-90 area. And there's something about that psychological number 400, so we'll see. Gold, yeah, was not able, got flushed out at 950, rejected at 950 on that attempt. Freddie, if it drops more, I'm going in. See if we finally get the bounce on at Goldilocks. Took a little rejection there at 950. Whoops, what did I do here? There we go. Goldilocks struggling to bounce. All right, guys. In the meantime, while we figure out what NQ wants to do, smash that like, smash that subscribe. We do this, or I do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. And I also live stream the New York session Monday through Friday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. All right, gold coming down hard for that pivot point again. Gold coming to that pivot point one more time. Is that the test for the final bounce or blushing pivot point? We'll find out. Pumper. All right, gold again testing that pivot point, trying to bounce, but 950. If it doesn't get above 950, I'm not convinced on any bounce on gold just yet. Nick Patel out with 300. All right, brother, nice. Kushal, see you all calling it early. We'll probably join in from phone till I doze off. All right, brother. Have a good night. Oh, looking dangerous. Might flush this pivot point. All right, NQ. Are you guys finally getting the move on NQ? Victor Silva, welcome to the stream. Thank you. Nick Patel, you played the 50 rejection. Nice. Let's take a look at what are we looking at here? Guitar guy, as long as gold is rejecting the 50s, you're staying short. Yeah, like I said, if gold doesn't get back up to 50, forget it. Now it's looking like it wants to flush that pivot point. Nick Patel, it took my stop and still going down. Jesse long again on that pullback. What are we looking at? What screen are you guys looking at? Here we NQ. All right. Let me take a look at Bulenox. If gold, if it goes up, gold wanted my stop for sure. Yeah, I don't know if gold's gonna bounce though. Gold is struggling right now. And NQ as usual doing nada. Gold struggling seriously to bounce. No bounce on Goldilocks at that pivot point. Master Trader, I think gold hit my 39.25. You're short down to 39.25. That's a good TP. Yeah, Goldilocks is tanking. Yeah, that's what I'm counting on. A bounce here. It held, but if it doesn't hold and we're tanking, trouble. Trouble in paradise. Trouble in paradise. All right, what's NQ doing? All right, gold, come on. I need you to bounce. Guitar, what the heck is gold is just toying with me, so I'm staying in a short. I don't blame you. Gold not bouncing. NQ's just going nowhere. Nowhere. Gold is dropping. I agree, man. If it doesn't bounce here, gold is going downtown tonight. I told you once, I'll tell you again, I don't trade gold. I dig it. Gold's about to break my heart tonight. Oh, gold tanking now. It's flushing that. It's flushing it. Video, yeah, I got a gold trade on. And I just DCA'd at the bottom. And I missed my out on that initial pump. And now I'm taking some serious heat. So we'll see if this thing bumps. It's got to bounce here. But I'm not seeing a bounce. So I think we're blowing an account tonight, guys. It's been a while. I DCA'd at the bottom and ain't no bottom. It keeps going down. It's an eval, so I'll let it go. Man, got me good. We're blowing an account tonight. Oh boy, look at that drop. I don't think I have more drawdown left. I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna blow right now. Well, it's an eval, so I'll let it go. But damn, got me good. I'm surprised I still have drawdown on this. There's the bounce, but I'm not DCAing down there. There's no way I'll DCA down there now. Chad, blue one tonight broke my rules and DCA'd. Yeah, I DCA'd as well, and it ain't going well, I'll tell you that much. So if gold doesn't bounce here to at least give me break even, I'm in trouble. Everybody's been warning me about gold. It's going to get you one of these days. Looks like tonight's the night. Looks like tonight's the night. Had the daily limit almost set. Well, I'm not trading funded accounts tonight. I'm only trading evals, but I was hoping to pass this one, and looks like I'll end up blowing it. All right, this is the make or break for gold. Can it bounce here or reject again and continue on down? Reject it again, continuing on down. All right, another news, NQ pushing up now. While I watch gold here on the sidelines. Eddie's Auto Detail is going all the way to 3,800. Well, I hope it gives me an out before it goes to 3,800. How about that? Give me an out at 42. Edgar Leon, regards. Any updates current Trump? I haven't watched any news yet. I haven't watched any news on Trump and China. DJNY, well, at this point, it would be luck if it saves me. I DCA'd and got caught on that flush for 20 points. It's crazy. But if it is going to bounce, it needs to go back to that pivot point around 38. My break even is around 39. But I don't think I'll get it. It should have bounced a lot harder. So we'll see. I think I'm getting a blown account tonight. Bulenox struggling tonight, struggling to bounce. All right, let's take a look at no bounce. No bounce. NQ just hanging out, staying still. Zach, yeah, it's not able to get above moving averages on that bounce for gold. And NQ, I think it still has juice. It's got to hit at least 80 for that FOMC high, right? DJNY, it's coming. It's coming too slow. These bounces should be way stronger. Zach, maybe cut it here and live another day. You're right. You're right. There's nothing wrong with that thinking. But you know that when you DCA, you want to make money now, right? Jesse James, we keep rejecting GEX3 from QQQ. All right, Goldilocks, come on, let's go. Don't you dare reject here. Keep going. Keep going. All right, let's take a look at Goldilocks and the trouble I'm in here. So Goldilocks DCA'd the hell out of that one. Took some nasty drawdown. And now I'm in some green. So I got to make decisions here. No green yet. Taking another pull back there. Ugh. Freaking Goldilocks. Zach, if you're making money from this price action, bad behavior is being acquired. Yeah, tell me about it, buddy. Tell me about it. Goldilocks coming back down. And what is NQ? Is NQ anywhere near FOMC high yet? No, not yet. Zach, I do not, brother. Share your insights. All right, rejected at Goldilocks. Rejected again at that pivot point. Not good. Not good. Not looking good on Goldilocks. Master Trader, JC, why news never affecting gold except NQ and ES? I think recently news hasn't really affected gold, but it's had its moments. Master Trader drop again. Yeah, man. You know when you get into that mode that if I lose it, I lose it? Unfortunately, I'm there. That's not good. I should do what Zach said. Hey, just take the loss and live to trade another day. Zach was 50 bucks from getting toast, then reversed to green. We've all been there. We've all been there. As long as we do it with evals, you're good. It's when you start messing with funded accounts. That's where the really bad behavior kicks in. Freddie, come on. I feel NQ 390. I agree, man. I'm rooting for all you guys in your longs. I'm waiting for 411 and I'll short it. Thumper, I thought you were in a long, though. I thought you're long on NQ. Oh, no, that's right. You're in a short. You were shorting NQ. Yeah, I think short potential up here. DJNY, check gold. Gold is still hovering at 94, right at the pivot point. I'm waiting to see if it's going to reject or continue on up. If it rejects, I gotta find a stop for it. Zach, about to go green, not jinxing it. I don't know about that. Gold is rejecting at the pivot point now. NQ went up, and I think it tapped. Did it tap the FOMC high? Yeah, it just tapped the FOMC high. 380, I think it tapped and taking a little pullback there. Gold is playing with my feelings. Where are we with gold? I better watch this gold trade before it turns around on me. Oh, I didn't watch the World Series tonight. Who won? I'm assuming the Blue Jays. I know they were winning about an hour ago before I started streaming. All right, PR, congrats. Another win for Canada. All right, let's take a look at gold. Gold is breaking my heart tonight. All right, gold finally up after that nasty drawdown. Maybe I should close. Here we go, Goldilocks. We're 520 in the green after DCAing the hell out of this. Come on, don't pull back. Don't pull back. Don't pull back. Come on, Goldilocks. Pulling back again. Jesus. All right, I'm just going to let it simmer. Otherwise, it'll go crazy. Let's watch NQ. I'll watch Goldilocks a little later. NQ continuing to push up. Pivot point. I'm watching that pivot point. Healthier health. Gold is really choppy tonight. Oh, yeah. Gold is testing my patience tonight. Master trader. All right, Thumper back above 3,000. Nicely done. All right, looks like gold rejecting at the pivot point again. Oy, oy. Master Trader, too much pullback on gold. Yeah, man. Should have taken it when I had it. But I got faith. I have faith that I won't blow the account today. NQ hit 393. Yep. I think it continues on up for this pivot point. Nick Patel, gold double bottom at 50-minute. That's what I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping that's a double bottom. That level down there held earlier. Was it today or yesterday? Earlier today, that area that it tried to bounce, that 25 area held. So I'm hoping that's a double bottom. All right, NQ coming slowly but surely to that pivot point. OC Dog Trainer, what's up? Yeah, Tommy, good to see you. I don't know what YouTube did, and now it has everybody's username as their, or it uses now usernames in the chat. Something I can't control. All right, guys, let's take a look at gold. How's my gold trade doing? I think I'm going to have to close. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to close that bad boy now. 800 in the green. 1,000. I'm out. I'm out. I recovered. Oh, boy. That was some DCA, boys. That was some DCA right there. Right to the top of that channel. I'm not messing with gold anymore. Mama, I want to thank you for saving my stubborn trading tonight. That was some DCA madness right there. Look at the drawdown I took here. There was no reason to continue on that trade. So. All right. Edgar Leon, I don't know about great. Got flushed out of a level. I started the long here at the pivot point, and gold has a tendency to use these pivot points as bounces, but they decided to flush it first. And now I think gold will continue on up, but I'm not messing with it. Not messing with it. All right, let's go back to NQ. I do want to short NQ up at that pivot point. Maybe another pivot. Maybe I haven't learned my lesson with pivot points tonight. Maybe NQ runs up another pivot point while I try to short it. We're going to leave Goldilocks alone. Respect the gold. All right, the Goldilocks continue on up. Let's take a look at Goldilocks. All right, good cover for now. Let's see if they start pushing up. Usually gold has been respecting pivot points as a bounce area, but they were unable to get above 950. 950 was the flush down, so we'll see. All right, we survived that one. Now let's go to NQ. NQ not making it to that pivot point. 411 area. Do I have the NQ pivot point right? Yeah, that 410, 411 area. That's the pivot point for NQ. All right, so Goldilocks giving me a lesson on how Goldilocks runs you up or runs you down. And you better get out or hope that a level saves your butt. In this case, the pivot point is holding. Usually these bounces are a little more aggressive, so I think I'm going to stay out of Goldilocks for a little bit. We're also at the top of this descending regression channel, signaling that Goldilocks is in a downturn. So until they pop out of this, they've had some look above and fails out of this descending regression channel. I would say unless they pop out and stay above, Goldilocks looking like it wants more down tonight. All right, NQ pushing 80. Pretty 39.86 gold, I think. All right. Yeah, they're bouncing to pivot point. So the problem with my entry was I entered at the pivot point and obviously was taking some serious drawdown, so I got out. But I think in hindsight now, the entry was at the pivot point on the retest. And these bounces are usually pretty solid. So I don't disagree with you on potentially pushing up if they get out of this channel. If they don't get out of the channel, then they're going to flush that pivot point back down. All right, let's go watch NQ. NQ bullish. So we're right at the FOMC high right there. Nick Patel, you scared me, man. I took TP at 39.42. My original TO was 39.48. Well, I had a reason to be scared. I DCA'd and it still went against me. So at that point, that's my rule now on DCA trades. If I get some green, walk out. Walk out. The trade is technically invalid. There's no way for me to hold. But let's take a look at gold. Where is... Yeah, I think gold... I think the pivot point bounce on gold is playing out. It shook me out. But that's my fault for trying to front run that pivot point too early. That front run, and I think I started with some heavy size here. That's what killed me. This is a lesson in being patient. I was in the middle of the channel, right? If I'm going to long, wait for the pivot point. They flushed it, so don't go in as heavy as I did at the pivot point. and wait for the retest. So pivot point play is playing out right now as long as they continue on up out of this channel. But that's a lesson in patience. You got to wait for the flush. And that's what they did. They flushed it, and then they finally bounced the pivot point. So I'll take the green. I walked out of that, but the lesson here is be patient, man. Chill out. You don't front run a pivot point when it's this close. My initial entry was way too early, right in the middle of this channel. So walked out in the green, got lucky there, but clearly a lesson on be patient. All right, NQ. Back to NQ. Real robot. Yeah, I front ran my levels a lot. It's better to wait till it regains. You know what it is? You know why we front run is because there's a lot of times that price doesn't come to a level and then it takes off without you. So in your mind, you're trying to not lose the play. Let's take a look at that gold entry again real quick. And that's why we front run levels is because, oh, it's not going to get there and I don't want to miss the play. So what did I do? We saw this flush at right here. I interpreted as this is the flush. We're going to get the bounce right at the pivot point. You got to be a little more patient. Why front run at 42? That was a 5-point deficit right there on that front running of a pivot point. And I know I went in pretty heavy. I think it was like 2 or 3 minis here. Maybe 2. I don't remember. And then they flushed it. So you just got to be patient. I got to get into the habit of not front running levels just because I don't want to miss the play. Who cares? It didn't hit your level. Wait for it. There'll be another setup. But today I got lucky on this one, but it's a battle, man. Battling of the emotions. Patience. Wait for your level and wait for the retest of the level. Anyways, enough beating myself up. We got some green. Let's go. Chris Noof, what's up? $39.49 on gold. Yeah, man. JJ Kamo, you're looking to long NQ, man. Well, everybody's talking about 410, 420. I'm potentially gonna, the contrarian in me. I'll probably try to short it up here, 411, 415 area. But I'll wait. I'll wait for pivot point. Master Trader, 1 point away. Ooh, and look at gold in hindsight, man. That is such a lesson in patience. It's not even funny. Again, I walked out in the green on that one, but look at this. Look at that bounce on the pivot point. Stop front running levels and wait for the flush. And then, of course, you're in drawdown. You panic. You close early. Watch this play go all the way back up to possibly even VWAP at 60. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, NQ. Let's go back to NQ. Zach, looks like a losing trade even though it was green. I agree. I would agree with that comment. Left a lot on the table. Closed it because of drawdown. Impatient on the entry. I would agree. Walked out in the green with a bad trade. All right. Bovisterio Americano. What time do you trade daily? So I trade both sessions. I trade the New York session every day, Monday through Friday, 9 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Every morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern for New York session. And then I do the Asia session, late night Asia, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. Freddie, gold hit TP long, man. Yep. Classic example of, look at that. And VWAP is right at 960, 200 SMA. Yesterday's close right around 55. I think it still has got juice for that. But that was the pivot point bounce there at 39.80 on S1. It is what it is. All right. How's the, do we have a house? I thought we had a house account trade. Oh, we do. So we have the house account trade. Let's take a look at the house account. Zach, I think this is your trade, right? We're getting close. Getting filled here on a short, courtesy of Mr. Zach. 410 a tool. Would you jump back in gold now? I would not, because my trade was a failure, even though I walked out with obviously some nice green. Let's go back to Goldilocks real quick. Or in general, once I have a failed trade and once I have like a DCA and getting out just to cover some profit, that means your headspace is not there. I'm not going to go back in, but that doesn't mean the play might not continue. Freddie, don't jump in gold yet. It's going sideways, I think. Well, it's the first directional move we've had in a couple of hours. I wish I had held my long when you guys saw me close it. Here's why. Let's take a look at Goldilocks. Where's Goldilocks? Right there. Okay. So Goldilocks has been having chop, right? Chop, chop, chop. We had that flush. We had this channel earlier, but that was in the morning session. And then for the evening, we've mainly had chop. Now when gold gets into a directional play, it's finally a tight little directional play, but it's very tight. Let's see how far they go. Usually the tighter that channel, the stronger the break to the downside, but it is pretty tight but also the thing with gold is when it gets in trend, it continues in trend in these little channels, but I'll leave it alone for now. I'll take my green and leave it alone. NQ. All right, let's go back to NQ, boys. Where are you guys at with NQ? Did it make it to the moon yet? Not yet. And we do have a house trade set up. 410 a tool. I averaged down gold and got out with some green. I front ran my entry as well. Yeah. So I should know better, but I front ran it and I had to battle it. All right, so let's take a look at, what are we looking at? What screen are we looking at? Okay, let's take a look at the house account now. House account, 2 contracts short, courtesy of Zach, at 399. He's short in 399 for good luck. What happened here? Hold on. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Zach, for anybody tuned in, one of our viewers is taking a house account trade on the chat community account, shorting NQ at 399 with 2 minis. Stop at 423. Zach, what is your TP? 201. Okay. Wait. What? I'm like, wait a minute, what? Give me a TP for tonight, brother. I'd like to sleep. All right, 301. 301. Okay, so you're going to a galaxy far, far away on that short. All right. I believe in you. I believe. Okay, 301. All right. So that's the house account trade. 399 entry. 423 stop. Targeting 301. Master Trader 509, better than nothing. I was 1K negative and closed with profit. Hey, brother, I think I was in the same or a similar trade as you. You guys saw that live. I was taking some drawdown on that trade as well. And I had to DCA myself out of it. And lost the move on emotion. Look at the move that gold is making right now. Staying in that channel. Right there. Look at that channel. Boom. As long as it doesn't break the channel, you stay and ride it until it breaks it. All right, let's go back to the chat account. So, Master Trader, I would say if you close with profit, brother, nicely done. Gold mess with our feelings tonight. But that's why I can't trade any account other than a 150K. I need the drawdown. XX Brian X. I like the question. Why 399? So Zach, who is one of our viewers, is taking the trade on the house account. Zach, why don't you let the community know your thinking on that trade? Shorting 399. And that way, for anybody new or anybody who's watching, can understand the reasoning for that. Freddie, AXC's, imagine going down now without the order. Yeah, you missed. Well, it happened yesterday too on a gold trade on the house account. Yesterday, we missed, or the house account missed an entry on gold by a tick, and literally the play took off for like 30 points. It's McLean. How do you draw those channels? Hold on, guys. I got dad duties. Let me put these kids to sleep, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Oh, Zach, I'd be, hold on, let me turn off some lights here. There we go. How do you draw those channels? It's McLean. Let me show you. So I'm on Quant Tower. I'll show you how to do it. On Quantower, let me go back to my QT. So Quantower TradingView also has what's called parallel channels. Right. Well, let me. I'd have to take the. There we go. I'll do this quick. Right here, this button. Oh, you guys don't see that. Never mind. On Quantower, under your drawing tools, you do have parallel channel. It's called a price channel, and then all you do is you set your low. You bring that up, and there's the break that we were talking about on that channel, right back into the overall channel. So potential move right back down to the bottom of that. Let's go back to the house account. All right, I think Zach, I think it is coming back for you. Fitty, you want to go 5 micros, 39.39 on Goldilocks? All right, let's do Goldilocks. You want to go Fitty, taking a gold trade at 39.39. And you want to buy 5 micros? Five micros at 39.39, target 39.60, stop below 27. So when you say a stop below 27, does that mean 26.9? I'll give you 26.8. Is that fair? Is that your play? So you're coming back for the test of this area right here, that 39.39, and you're playing the bounce on that test right here. Okay, I like it. And you're giving yourself a stop right below the wick. So smart man, you waited for the flush, you waited for the pivot point confirmation, and now we're coming back to test that pivot point right here and potentially bounce it to the moon. That is the play. I like it. That is along with a retest. So if we take a look at Biddy's entry, which I actually like, let's take a look at it on this chart. We know the pivot point's at 39, this area, 39.38, 39.39, whatever you want to call it. That's his entry. That's the retest of the pivot point, right? Sure, you can take the initial one, but it's risky, and we saw what happened to me. You wait for the retest. This low here, the pivot point, you can use that on TradingView. TradingView has pivot points drawn. So Fiddy's entry on the house account is based on the test or the retest of that pivot point or this bounce area. And he's longing it from there. His stop is right below that wick. We'll see. Let's go back to the house account. I like it, Fiddy. That's the way you're supposed to take that trade. On a pivot point, wait for the retest. Or you'll end up in some serious drawdown like I did. Walked out in the green, but the better and the safer plays is the second touch on that level or whatever you're playing. All right, let's talk about Zach's play. Let's go to NQ now. So somebody asked, what is the reason for the short at 399? And Zach has written, so the reason is pretty simple. Anticipating the all-time high run, most likely NQ to get there. Sweep that 400 ever so slightly and hopefully then pull back. Also, I agree with NQ. You have those psychological levels, right? 300, 400. NQ loves full numbers. So I think the only thing to watch there is, are they that bullish tonight and continue to run up? So we'll see. Let's go back to Goldilocks. Goldilocks micros. Waiting for the pullback to that pivot point at 39 or this level, however you want to look at it. If you don't look at pivot points, that was the initial bounce area on that. Initial flush. All right, guys, while we wait for these entries, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I do this every night, Monday through Thursday. Every night, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. We have house account. I'll take some trades. Today we took some drawdown. You guys saw that. Wasn't the prettiest trade, and took some drawdown. Walked out in the green. I think, what are we up? Like 1 or 2K, but not the prettiest trade. Doesn't always happen nicely. And don't expect it to be nice. There's going to be ugly trades sometimes. Anyways, I also do tomorrow morning or New York session every day, Monday through Friday, 9:15 a.m. Eastern for New York session. So I live stream two sessions. All right. So chat account. For those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, we have a community account or a house account. You guys can take those trades. You guys let me know in the chat your entry, your stop, your TP. And all we ask is let the community know in the chat the reason for that trade. That way, anybody who's watching or trying to understand your strategy or your style can take some pointers on the strategy behind a trade. Fiddy, I think I explained your trade, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's how you... Okay, we got filled somewhere on NQ, maybe? Yep. All right, we just got filled on that NQ short, courtesy of Zach. Fiddy, I explained my version of your trade, but I'd love to hear... I'm sure you look at it very differently and other levels. If you want to let the community know the reasoning for your trade. All right, so right now, NQ, the house account courtesy of Zach, is in a short at $3.99. Got ticked right there and filled. Let's see how that trade goes. In the meantime, we'll wait for Fiddy to explain his gold trade. I gave my version, but at the end of the day, he could be looking at it very differently. So, love to hear Fiddy's strategy on his gold trade. All right, so a cojones trade right here, courtesy of Zach, shorting NQ at $3.99. Let's see how it goes. Peter Chan, let's go. Full port 15 cons. Peter, I was already sweating a couple minutes ago, man. Woo! Gold almost killed me tonight. I had to save that one with some DCA. All right, Fiddy, let's go back to your trade, MGC. Here we go. So Fiddy is entering at 9:39, waiting for a pullback at 9:39 with a stop at 9:26. And his reasoning is buying the midpoint from the recent low to high and projecting the last lower high swing to recent low, and projects up to 360 if we can hold the midpoint. All right. See, different way of looking at it. He's looking at it as recent midpoint from the recent low to high and projecting the last lower high swing to recent low. All right. All right. So your target is 39.60, which is around VWAP. No, VWAP's at 54 now. 55. All right. Let's see if we can get this pullback. In the meantime, let's take a look at NQ. OC Dog Trainer. We're not even testing any real gaps. This is a long, no stopping it. Yeah, we'll see. This trade is courtesy of Zach. See where NQ takes us tonight. One thing I don't do is I don't comment and I don't make opinions on house trades. You guys control that. Now, if the short plays out, Zach, you got the top, brother. That's impressive. If it starts picking up and breaks some of this, because we're in an ascending channel, uh, and what is it? Trading View, Tradeivate has the worst. Does it have parallel channel? No, Trading View does. Tradeivate doesn't have parallel channels, so you have to draw it. You have to draw each one, but it is in an ascending channel. How do you copy one? Hold on. Let me Google this quick. Tradeivate. Thought I knew how to do that. There we go. So as long as you break the channel, I think that short is good. If they respect the channel and come back up, then the short's got some issues, but let's see. NQ's been playing that channel all night. Let's see if they continue or they finally break. Zach, you want break even? All right. So Zach is moving his stop all the way down to break even. All right. And what is your Zach? What's your TP on this trade, by the way? So NQ breaking out of that ascending channel. Let's see if they hold the break. Zach, what's your TP again? Oh, you want to keep it at 301? All right. Stop loss 351. You mean TP? So you want a TP at 351. Got it. All right, so first TP at 351. Let's take a look at NQ. NQ coming to that 5-minute. Here's the make or break for that pullback. 5-minute 20 SMA, which is held all night, right? The purple line is that 20 SMA on the 5-minute. It tapped it and bounced. So we have not had a flush below the 20 SMA all night. That's the make or break on the NQ pullback. It's got to break below that 20 SMA. So far, taking an initial bounce. Let's see if they can flush it. All right, NQ breaking, trying to stay. Problem is, it came to that 20 SMA on the 5 minute and bounced. That's the only thing I don't like about it. See if we can get you a break. I watched the 20 SMA, which is the purple line. The red line is the 200 SMA. And I've also added the blue line, which is the 9 EMA. Zach, yeah, the problem is that damn 20 SMA on the 5 minute, NQ has not been able to flush below it. It's been the support. It's one of my alerts on gold. That's one of my alerts on gold. All right, I'll go to gold in a second. Something happened at gold that it's alerting me. So far, all night, 20 SMA has been the pullback entry. Let's see. See if they can get some steam and flush it. All right, let's take a look at gold. What did gold just do that I got alerted? Ooh, gold topping for a short. I'll wait for VWAP. Man, what a gold bounce. What a bounce. All right, let's go back to NQ. All right. As long as they flush that 20, you're good, Zach. Richie, I was $100 close to blowing my XFA. Thank you, NQ Shorts, for saving me. It looks like a couple of us were close to. We're pushing drawdown on our accounts. I was there earlier, Richie, so Richie or Rich. So I'm glad you saved your XFA, brother. That's the best feeling in the world. Who cares if it's a good trade or a bad trade? You saved the account. I've been there. All right, let's take one contract here. I agree, sir. I think that 20 SMA is providing a little bit of resistance. So we're going to take one contract off here. All right, we'll leave. We'll continue to monitor it. And so far that, oh, hold on. Let me change this as well. Let me change your break even to one contract now. There we go. Master trader, shorting NQ is not a good idea. I think it's I think the scalp was good. Now it all depends on that NQ flush below the 20, which has been providing the pullback long, right? Touched the 20 SMA, long. It pushed and broke the 20 SMA here, and that became that big play for the Asia session, right? And so far, each touch above the 20 SMA, they haven't been able to flush it. So that doesn't mean they can't. Just that would need to happen for further downside, breaking at 20 SMA. Zach, you want to end it here? Oh, okay. Sorry. I think I was going on and on. You sure you want to cancel it? Oh, no. Fiddy wants to cancel it. Oh, Zach, you want to end it too here. Okay. All right. I'll end it. I'll end it right there. All right. We got the 998. Good job, Zach. Nice short. All right. And Fiddy, you want to cancel your entry as well, right? Fiddy, cancel the order. All right. Let's cancel that order. But let's go back to Zach's trade. Look at you. No drawdown. $1,000 with no drawdown. Nicely done. Nicely done. That's a very nice trade, Zach. Even if it continues on down, you had 0 drawdown. Captured the top on that. Very nice job. Very nicely done, Zach. All right, we're touching that 20 SMA again. And 20 SMA still providing support. But they're trying. If they flush that, that's a golden play right there. If they flushed it. Magic word. If they flush it. But they're definitely trying. We'll see. All right, so we canceled the trade on gold. Oh, gold at VWAP right now. Tapping VWAP. I don't know if I want to push my luck on gold. Oh, that's the short entry on Goldilocks. Right at the 200 SMA. Ugh. What time is it? Oh, it's 9 o'clock. That means I'd be there for another hour. No, I'm going to leave that one alone. All right, let's go back to NQ. Freddie is still in that short 388 to 360. All right. $12 a.m. Let's see. Is NQ going to break now? Finally giving a pullback. Let's see how far they go. Zach, that's why your trading is the hardest easy job. Love it. But that was a really good trade. Your entry was spot on. Look at that. You caught the top. Ooh, it's breaking. All right, NQ. It's my NQ alert. It's a long. It's my long alert on NQ. What time is it? 9 o'clock. Probably going to touch that 200 SMA now. Trump and Xi leaving, so is NQ. I wonder if that meeting didn't go too well with Trump and China. Freddie also caught that short. All right. All right, NQ coming for that 200 SMA is, ooh, let me close your initial TP. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Looks like it's playing out. All right, so came to the 200 SMA. I did get alert on NQ on a long, but it's 9 o'clock. How much do I want to stay in this? Came and touched that 200 SMA and bounced to the T, at least for now. Zach. Zach, I still think that's a solid short, brother. Not many people were thinking of shorting up there at 400, so gutsy trade. Nicely done, brother. Yeah, beautiful trade. 100% beautiful trade. Well, the house account is now up 2,500 on the house account, traded by you guys. Watch it go to original TP. Yeah, that would be funny if it did. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Look at that flush. Look at that flush. Gold. What is gold doing? Gold came to VWAP and taking a pullback now. Man, what a play! That pivot point bounce on gold right to VWAP. Frustrating. That's why I'm not trading, because I'm frustrated. I mean, like I said, I'm walking out in the green, but the original play was this pivot point bounce. Got flushed down a little bit, added way too early, and then closed right here. Obviously had some contract size, so walked out in the green, but the pivot point bounce was right to VWAP. I mean, classic play, pivot point to VWAP, right at 53. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, shoulda. We'll let that one go. Oh, look at NQ. Wow. Zach, yeah, don't touch any buttons, brother. Look at that trade. That's crazy. Wow. All right, so did we get any news, guys? Is that any updates on news? Let's take a look at the news. Bank of Japan leaves rates unchanged. Trump and China limousines depart. So that meeting's over. So there's no indication of anything on that meeting. So maybe the news is filtered that no agreement with Trump and China? I don't know. That's a lucky guess. Whoa, Zach, bro. Wow. Wow. Almost 100 points drop. Now, how about a 150 point drop and it's going for 200? Rich, you're rich. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. You lost your account? Oh, no. Wow. All right. So, how far down is NQ now? What percentage? Good question. NQ is still surprisingly up. Nope, down 0.03%. Well, 0.01. Nothing significant yet. China agreed to pay $315 billion to lower tariffs? Really? Wow. I think this. All right, let's take a look at financial juice again. I wonder if this is anything related to Bank of Japan. Bank of Japan rate decision. That just happened, so maybe it is Bank of Japan that did this whole thing. Between Bank of Japan and China, something moved the market tonight. All right, well, there you go. Zach, are you a time traveler? Wow. Stocks 5150. This is crazy. Started dropping and my internet crashed out. Yeah, I'm as much as I want to hop on this short, I'm leaving it alone. Something's going on right now. It's about to hit 200 points in that drop. So it did come to a pivot point. You had the almost touch of that 410, 411 pivot point up here. Ooh, it flushed right through that pivot point. Ooh, this is drastic. It's 200 points down now. Who's going to long this? Who's going to long it? All right. Fitty wants to long this. Oh, boy. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can get to your... You want to long 189? I think I missed your entry. Fitty, let me know. $50. Let me know if you still want me to put that long at 26,189. $30. Yep. Okay. 26,1. Ooh, I think I just missed your entry. Buy. How many? How many do you want to buy? Shit. Fitty, how many? What are you doing? You got to tell me quick. Micros or minis? Micros or minis? Quick, 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 quick. All right, we're going to market long here on one mini, right? I'm hoping. All right, market long, one mini. What's your stop, Fitty? $50. What's your stop? $50. Stop 150. Freddie, it was JC's fault. I told him to stop. He told me he wanted to sleep early tonight. Nah, it shook you out. The consolidation up here shook. I mean, I was worried here too. I'll be honest. This consolidation right here, this is what shook you out. The funny thing is, 1 minute longer. That's when it dropped. But the entry was rock solid. I mean, no drawdown. Target at 250. All right, let's take a look at 250 and we'll get out right here. $4.10 a tool tomorrow morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. So 50 minutes before the open, and then through the couple hours through the New York session. Albert Varela, who wants to long this? House account is in a long right now. It's about to get TP at 250. All right, 200-point drop on NQ. Crazy. Eddie, JC, you should have stayed long gold, as painful as it was. Yeah, man. That's my rule, though. When I DCA and get myself into a bad trade situation, I just get out. And you're right. It was the right trade, right idea, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. Zach passed the challenge for us. Fitty, I'd go break even. You want to put your stop at break even now? All right, so stop is being moved at break even. Am I reading that right? All right, Fitty about to get us get the house account to TP. Gold, man, that pivot point bounce. I told you guys, the gold and pivot point bounce. Always watch those pivot point bounces, even if you get the flush. I was silly. I got myself in a bad DCA situation. Still walked out nicely in the green, but clearly, look at that gold trade go up. Anyways, I can't cry about gold anymore. All right. TP hit. Look at you guys. 2K on the house account. All right, let's go. Nicely done. And let's take a look at, I'm looking at gold here and I'm like crying. Look at that pivot point bounce on gold. Look at his bounce. And I should know better. Pivot point bounces on gold are golden. Okay. You win some, you lose some. At least I walked out in the green on that one. But look at all the money on the table that I left. I should have left a runner. In hindsight, I should have closed most of my position here, since I was in some DCA trouble, and held a runner. Look at that. Look at that. Anyways. Learning lesson. Patience is a virtue. All right, so house account, $2,000 up. 2 solid trades. Zach catching the top. And Fitty catching the bottom. Look at that. And to be fair, I don't think I caught Fiddy's entry. Fiddy's entry was at 89, which probably was 5 points below where I finally entered. He had a 89 entry. Fiddy, those levels for you, brother. Rock solid. Master Trader, I should have stayed on Goldman. I closed it. Enter in queue. I lost my. Oh no! Sorry to hear, Master Trader, man. It's not fun to lose accounts, man. I know the feeling. I've been there. Trust me. Well, I came close tonight. You guys saw the drawdown on gold, so. Um, Ryan Powell, do you trade every night at this time? I do, Monday through Thursday. I don't do Sunday nights, although I've been thinking about Sunday nights if I'm bored. But Monday through Thursday, 9:30, 9:45 p.m. Eastern, every day I live stream. And then in the mornings, which is the main trading session for me, although lately, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't trade in the morning. Monday through Friday, New York Open, New York session. I start the stream at 9:15 a.m. Eastern. And NQ, just continue on down. Jonathan made 70K in 2 weeks on gold during the insane pump. Lost it all overnight during the insane crash. I had no stop loss. Wow. 70K is a lot of dough. Oh, look at gold go. Oh, painful to watch. I don't even want to look at gold anymore. That's why I'm not taking any more trades. I'll go on tilt on how much money I left on the table on that gold trade. It is what it is. Let it go. Stocks. Internet is back online, down 1,600. Oh, man, brother. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear. All right, well, looks like the NQ pullback just happened right in front of our eyes. Very quick. I'm not hopping yet on longs here. Hawks 844. My P&L. Let's take a look at it. $2,000, but I was down. I think my P&L was down like 1,000 on a gold trade that I had to rescue myself with some DCA. But that's where I'm at today. Thanks to Goldilocks. I didn't trade NQ tonight. Jesse James, I agree, man. All right, appreciate you all tuning in. Smash that like, smash that subscribe button if you're enjoying the content. It's a good community. A lot of people, a lot of good traders. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like, smash that subscribe. I do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern if you're new. 410, what's DCA? Dollar cost averaging. So if you look at my trade, I front ran the pivot point. Not only did I add too early, caught some nasty drawdown, and the pivot point bounce eventually played out, or it's playing out. Look at that pivot point bounce. And I should know better. Pivot points are solid entries, but front running it was not smart. Lesson learned. Patience. Look at gold just took off at that pivot point. Oh, S1 and just going. All right, let's go back to NQ. Better news on NQ. All right, here we go. NQ continuing on down. Little bounce now at 140. So I think this is the best night for the house account. House account with 2 trades on NQ, 1 short and 1 long. And you guys, Zach and Fiddy, brought this up to $2,000 tonight on the house account. Fiddy, gold trying to put in that higher low. Yeah, I mean, I know better on pivot points. I don't know what. Hey, listen, sometimes you nail them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just walk out in the green and be grateful for it. But if we take a look at Goldilocks, these blue lines, this is the pivot point. Bounced. Look at that. Bounce. Classic pivot point play. Christopher, honestly though, I bet you would not have gotten that push in gold with the flush of NQ, so you did it right. Hey, I appreciate it, Christopher. That's a good way of looking at it. I'll take it. I agree. Lately, gold and NQ were not having the inverse relationship for weeks. And now recently, they're back to having the inverse relationship. NQ goes up, gold goes down. NQ goes down, gold goes up. So, Chris, I think if we look at it that way, you're right, brother. All right, let's go back to the house account. House account, wow, NQ continuing on down. Where is NQ going for? Next pivot point on NQ is down to 76. Wow. $4.10 Atul, thank you and good night. Good night, brother. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit that notification bell. I do this every night with a great trading community, as you guys can see. We got a mix of traders here, different styles, different strategies. So smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post content. I live stream every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern. And in the mornings for the New York session, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. 4:10 Al2, see you in the morning. All right, brother. Yeah, it's time for me to go to bed pretty soon. You know, one of these nights we gotta do the London session. I gotta stay up for London. I've never traded London Open, never traded London session, never stayed up that late. I live stream from Arizona, so what is it? 9 p.m. here now, 9:30. That means I would have to stay up till midnight to trade London, but I don't know, Jesse. We're going to have to do London one of these days. Joshua Bernard, we should just do it tonight. Well, I'm in the green, so technically I don't have to trade for tomorrow, right? Well, no, yeah, you're right. I should. Vanderwoos, it's 12:30 here in New York, and I'm with you. All right. NY. New York in the house. All right, we haven't done this in a while. Let's do, oh my God, gold. Gold. I'm going to cry. Look at gold, brother. Look at my lousy TP on gold. Oh, you can't make this up. You can't make it up. You just can't make it up. It is what it is. Yeah. Goldilocks. All right. All right, let's do a little roll call here. Where's everyone tuned in tonight? Let's write it in the chat. Where are you watching from tonight? What state? Let's go with the states first, and then we'll do international. What state? I'm in Arizona. I know California's in the house, New Jersey, Texas, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, New York, Coach Valley, California. I know we got SoCal, we got NorCal in the house, Washington State, Massachusetts, Boston. I went to school. BU was my university back in the days. So I know Kenmore Square and BU very well. All right, Boston, South Carolina, Finland, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Mexico, Mexicali in the house, UK, Florida, Tennessee, Florida. A lot of Florida. A lot of Hector Luis Cabrera, Florida. Only the best viral clips from London. Mike Schwartz in the house. All right. Florida, New Mexico, Toronto, West Palm Beach, Florida, Alberta, Montreal, Toronto. Well, congratulations to the Blue Jays. Looks like you guys got another game under your belt. Taiwan, all right. France, Montreal, 51st state. West Palm originally, all right. Auburn, Cali, Idaho, El Dorado. All right, we got a lot. Egypt, India. All right, let's go with overseas now. Egypt, India. Canada is obviously in the house. I think I got every other state. Utah, Spring Hill, Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the house. Williamsburg. Romania, Europe. Yeah, you do have the best time for both London and the New York Open. That is pretty damn good. Oh my God, look at gold, guys. What the hell? Wow. I can't even watch it anymore. I'm letting that one go. All right. I'll take my green. Africa. Florida Trader 007. What a dump. Anyone know what happened with news? Probably China related. Christopher Zazek. JC has gone international. Rocket Gold. FOMO. All right. Long gold. I'm leaving gold alone. Zach. HSI halted. The meeting was bad. Expect a lot more drawdown. Okay. Ooh, mega pump on NQ now. Slovenia. Yeah, it looks like this is all related to the Trump-China meeting that ended pretty quickly with no... I mean, we all know Trump. When Trump walks out with somewhat good news, he's quick to broadcast. There was no tweet, there was nothing on the Trump-China meeting. So I'm assuming no agreement or nothing really good. And now the market bouncing again. Christopher Zazek, short Goldilocks. Goldilocks, man. I'm letting that one go. I'll fall into FOMO with Goldilocks. All right, NQ just going crazy. Asia going crazy. Jesse, you ready to go for London tonight or what? All right. Goldilocks. Oof, look at Goldilocks. Just moon. Hussein, why market is wild? Man, your guess is better than mine, but it looks like this is related to Trump and Tsai or China meeting. Apparently the initial reaction was it didn't go too well. Let's take a look at Financial Juice real quick. Trump leaves South Korea on Air Force One. Oh, he's out. He's done. But there's really no news on the meeting. They met for first half 40 minutes, and Trump and Tsai walked out with no announcement. So apparently that meeting did not go too well. Apparently. And Goldilocks going to the moon. And NQ. NQ. So Goldilocks did a pivot point to pivot point play. Pivot point to pivot point. Ay. All right, let's take a look at the house account. NQ recovery. Over 150 point recovery there. Trump just JT1111, Trump just tweeted, meeting went amazing. Well, what about the news about Trump will be providing conclusions on very important matters. Okay. But no news that the meeting details, right? Tariffs, percentages. None of that yet. Sell the news. Market manipulation suspicions grow as abnormal trading detected minutes before Trump's tariff U-turn. Ooh, you think it's that? A Trump tariff U-turn? Wow, that would be crazy. Because where's China at right now? At 100%, I think, on tariffs. So if there is if there is a reversal on that, that's huge. That would drive this market crazy. The Stell of 17, what's up? Passing through to say hi. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Florida Trader 007, President Trump. Meeting with President Tsai was amazing. A lot of decisions were made. We will be providing conclusions on very important things. So that's a lot of words to say nothing. So we'll see. Purchase of soybeans will start immediately. Yeah, I heard China bought already like a couple million in soybeans earlier today, before the meeting. All right, let's go back to financial juice since you guys are calling out the updates. So the latest update is Trump leaves South Korea on Air Force One, so he's done. Trump will be providing conclusions on very important matters. Trump, many decisions made. Meeting with Tsai, amazing. Trump leaves South Korea on Air Force One, but no info on details yet of that meeting. That's all we got so far. So maybe a quick reaction to the news on the Trump-China meeting. Oh, wait a minute. Soybean deals to begin right away. Rare earth matter settled. That's huge. No more obstacles on rare earth. That's huge. That's going to push the market. All right, so what's NQ doing there? It's one agreement that will be extended. No more obstacles on rare earths. That's big. All right, let's go back to NQ, potentially then pumping from here. $150 million, did I read that right? Worth of crypto longs liquidated following President Trump's meeting with China President Tsai. Wow. All right, so the whole rare earth metals is huge. I'm surprised NQ's not pumping stronger. Or maybe a pullback long here. RM Trades, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Iggy, deal won't happen. Trump trying to make it sound good. Well, I do think the rare earth metals thing is big. If at least they agree on rare earth metals and no tariffs on that, that's a big thing. The rest, what is China up at? 100 and something? What is it? 110% on exports or imports for the U.S. 110% is the tariff right now for Chinese imports. Goldilocks is not taking a pullback yet, so maybe there is more. 31 Storm, are you trading this volatility? No, I'm done. I'm walking out with my green. I'm done for the night. Happy kids, this movement in the market going to make me have a heart attack. Well, I keep watching gold. I keep thinking about Goldilocks here. Is this the short? I'll watch NQ. If NQ starts bouncing, maybe this is the pivot point short on gold. But man, was that a move. Pivot point to pivot point move on gold. Crazy. Green Trump red. Why huge? Nothing really changed. The market didn't even go down. Well, it wouldn't go down. It's going to go up, right? Because that's good news. And we did get a 150-point bounce on that. Whether it holds, that's a different story. All right, Tommy, have a good night. Appreciate you tuning in. Christopher Zazek, thanks for all the fun. I have to sleep, work at 4 a.m. All right, brother, have a good night. Yeah, I think I got to call it tonight, too. Let's go. So NQ on the earth metals info pumped and right back down to 200. Vander Rose made too much. Got to lose some in the morning now. Thanks, homies. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Do me a favor. If you're enjoying the content, if you're new, smash that like. Smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I do this along with the trading community every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern, trading nasty Nasdaq and Goldilocks. And for those of you that trade the New York session, I also live stream every morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Biddy, nice trade, brother. Have a great night. Iggy Pop 3102. Good night, brother. Yeah, I'm about to call it too. Edgar Leon, the Great Asia Session. JC, let us know when London. London. We're gonna have to ask Mr. Jesse James on London. Zach, great trade, brother. Have a great night. All right, Goldilocks not taking a pullback at this pivot point. Looks like it wants to continue to push up. NQ now taking a pullback below, or going for 200 now. OC Dog Trainer, I'm back. My lag on my charts was so bad, had to close YouTube. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people had lag with the drop. OC Dog Trainer, yeah, $4.99 for Zach. I think we're gonna have to put a medal somewhere or make a little title here. Zach, $4.99. I think that's what I'm gonna call you, Zach. Zach, $4.99 from now on. $3.99. Peter Chan, London is pretend it's a party night. Yeah, we got to make it. But Jesse's quiet. We're hearing crickets from Jesse. I'm just teasing. Florida Trader, I'd like to come up and trade with you one day. Yeah, brother. Also, guys, you guys know Jesse. Jesse's been a guest on this stream several times. If you guys want to hop on and guest on this stream as well, you can do it with audio. You can do it with video and audio, whatever you feel comfortable. But the community gets benefit from that, seeing other trading styles, different strategies. So feel free. Hey, JC, I want to hop on your stream as a guest. You can do it with voice. You can do it with voice and video. If you know how to do a Discord call, a Zoom call, a GoToMeeting call, it's that easy. And you can guest on the stream and chat with me, chat with the community. We'll make it fun. The idea of the YouTube channel has always been a community of traders for traders. So I'm opening it up to you guys. Feel free to hop on. Jesse, cricket still, huh? So listen, open invitation. There's a lot of great traders here, a lot of cool people here. And that's the important thing, right? Good people, good traders here. And if you guys are interested in hopping on as a guest with me, you can do it with just audio. You could do it with audio and video. But don't be shy. Hop on. Jesse, you guys have seen Jesse a couple of times now with his Renko charts and his strategy. The idea is we have a lot of new traders and give the community different styles, different ways of seeing the market. Even today with 50's trade, I had a way of looking at that trade based on a pivot point and, just my style of trading. He looked at it completely different. Similar entry, or was right on the same area, but he's looking at completely different ways of entering his trades, right? So that's the idea, is give the traders, the community of traders, different strategies, different approaches. So again, feel free to let me know if you guys want to guest on the stream. Jesse, I'm ready whenever. Let's go. What's today? Today's Wednesday night? Ooh. How much am in the green am I? Let's take a look. $2,000. You want to do it tonight or tomorrow, Jesse? I don't know if I could go tonight. Maybe Thursday night. That way I don't have to trade in the morning for New York. Unless it goes really bad. RM trades, I'll come up. All right, man. Like I said, if it's pretty easy. All you got to do is, if you know how to get on a Discord call or a Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting, it's pretty easy. So if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on X, or you can reach out to me on Discord. Shoot me a DM and we'll schedule it, man. Hop on the stream live, audio and video, whatever you feel comfortable with, and we'll get you going. Appreciate you, RM Trades. Looking forward to it. Freddie, AXC long on NQ. Oh, man. Do I really want to risk? Do I really want to take more trades tonight? Where's NQ at? NQ at that pivot point, huh? Ooh, long NQ. Where's gold doing? Is gold taking a pullback yet? No, gold is pushing up, man. All right, guys, I think for tonight, I'm calling it. Trump, we're actually discussing with Russia about denuclearization. Yeah, I think they've been talking about that for centuries. That's probably the one topic that will never happen, is denuclearization between U.S. and Russia. All right, guys. I think that's it for tonight. Space is 11:11. You guys want to do London tomorrow, huh? What time is London? 3 a.m. Eastern? That means I would have to stay up till midnight. I'll leave it at that. I'll need a guest, and that guest, as you guys know, Jesse, Peter Chan. So I'm down for tomorrow, but I need a guest. So I'll leave it at that. That's when it starts. Oh boy. So 3 a.m. is London open. So at least till 4 a.m. Eastern. That's 1 a.m. Arizona. One a.m. Arizona, so that's 2. Yeah, like I said, that would literally have to be. We trade through the night. Hopefully, it's green, and I don't have to trade New York, because I don't think I could do Asia, London, and then go straight to New York. I'll be sleep deprived, and I could pretty much say that the losses would be huge at that point. RM Trades verification to Discord is extensive. You don't need to put the email. Just kind of follow along. It should be pretty easy because we get scammers in that Discord all the time. Or shoot me a DM RM on X. Florida Trader 007, please post Discord link. Exclamation Discord. Yeah, I got to start working on those commands. Zabak, you know it's bad when Uber delivers are paying more than trading. All right, guys. But yeah, the Discord link should be in the description of the video. 24-hour stream? Nah, there's no way I would even last 24 hours. I don't think I could even last beyond that London Open if we do it. The Discord link should be in the description of the video, guys. If not, it should be in the spam here by the bot. Let's see if I can find it. This bot, I just realized this bot doesn't really do much. All right, guys, I think it's time to call it a night. I appreciate you all. All right, Florida Trader found it. Perfect, good. All right, guys, have a good night. Florida Trader, let's do this. Florida Trader 007, Freddy, AXC, Peter Chan, Edgar Leon, Spaces 1111, Zabek, Jesse James, RM Trades, Dopamine 352, Berna, STR, OC, Dog Trainer, Lone Wolf, Spaces 1111. I'm trying to go through the list real quick of anybody who's been typing. Have a great night. Yannick's 5043. I think I got everybody. Have a great night. Appreciate you all tuning in tonight. Alex Martinez, Bovis Stereo Americano. Weno Yang, have a great night, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in. If you haven't done so, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. We do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:30 p.m. And I got to go to bed, locking in the green for tonight. The house account also walking out with some solid green. So you guys killed it. Appreciate you all. See you tomorrow in the morning or at night, depending on what you trade. Haters.